Hello friends and welcome to the channel. I'm Handington and today I just love watching the ads and then not getting a reward for it twice. Oh, excuse me. And today we're playing Cookie Run Oven Break. I am a little bit miffed. I've been sitting here trying to watch the ads. I watched them all the way through. I hit the X button. It closes. It says I have the reward and then it doesn't give it to me. Let me see if the third time's a charm. Will you do it to deliberately mess with me and it'll work now that I have it on recording? Is that going to be what's going to happen? I hope so. Oh, look at that. Explosions, snake guy who goes, the plus, love, adventure. Oh, look, it's a shark jumping out of the water, doing his sharky thing. Oh, now there's a lemur. Now there's more there was a penguin there for a second. By this thingy, there's a penguin involved. Smiling people, guy who clicks on Discovery logo, rocket, and that's the ad. Delicious. Alright, so we click on the X. Will it work? Will it work? Will it work? You're gonna work now, aren't you? There it is. Yep, you gotta make me look like a fool. Okay. Of course. All that for 10 rainbow cubes. Now, something I've been saving, these little rock jellies. Look at this set, it's really cute.
Is that us? That's us.
Aw, ancient stone jellies. I've deliberately avoided this so we could get it on the screen. Yay!
Pandy, Vixie, look at these.
Ooh, look at them all. Full of rocky goodness. Do. Rocky goodness. And if we head over to the gatcha, look what I got. I gotcha. It's churros, or however they pronounced it in the third SpongeBob movie. I don't know how to roll my R's very well. Some days I can do it, but most of the time I can't. Anyway, churro cookie, delicious, nutritious churro. And I love that Churro Cookie's pet is just Stump, like Churro Stump. Hold on. Oh, I will look at Churro Cookie in the menu here. Because the pet, let's look at Churro Stump first, because that's just an amazing name. There it is, Churro Stump. Look at this little guy. Look at his face. Oh, it's so cute. It's just like... That's it. That's what it does. It dreams and creates churro berries. I'd love if churros grew on trees. Alright, story time. A small stump was dreaming of radiant sunlight and grand branches of green. Oh, look at that, it can become a real tree, and then you pluck the things off, and then it goes back into being a stump again. Poor baby. The stump grew taller, and soon later, soon later, it feels a little awkward, the cookies relaxed under the shade of its branches and leaves, and all of a sudden, the dream popped and ended. While training to summon Churro Trunks, Churro Cookie accidentally brought this slumbering and dreaming stump to life. You know, as you do, just accidentally bringing a tree stump to life. But that's alright, because Churro Stump knows that his dream will become true one day. Just wants to grow back into a tree and not be a stumpy stumpo. Aww. And luckily it has very tiny leaves, so technically that means that it still is able to make the plant food so it can live. And Churro Cookie, you're gonna get your upgrade. Churro Cookie, Divine Tree watches over us. Insert Fluttershy saying, I'd like to be a tree. That's what Millennial Tree is in a nutshell. Look at Churro, it's a little star-shaped churro. I love that. Churro Pillar. I could really go for a churro. I haven't had one in a long time. They're great. Oh, and the little churros are cut up. That's so cute. Churros are so versatile. The explosive churro. Eat it and spontaneously combust. A sweet and savory aroma lingers throughout the labyrinthine woods. Follow your nose for the fruity taste that shows. And you'll discover a village within the heart of the forest, within the heart of the cards. Long has the Churro tribe kept watch over the temple grounds of the millennial tree. Their very history is engraved upon the temple murals, and their prayers echo through its halls. To become a true warrior and guardian of the temple, one must endure the trials and tribulations and be anointed with a layer of yummy, delicious chocolate. I want to be anointed with a layer of chocolate. Among us, Churro Cookie has safeguarded both the temple and village from fearsome foes, much like Link with the sacred gauntlet. Also like Link in Ocarina of Time, he calls upon the spirits of nature and roots of the forest to protect, like the Great Deku Tree. Oh, so he's like Link saving the Great Deku Tree, which, funny enough, only kind of happens in Ocarina of Time. A new Deku Tree happens. Ooh, I got a whistle there. Um, so the Deku Tree is kind of saved in that regard, yeah. Where am I? Nature and roots to the with a sacred gauntlet he calls upon the spirits of nature and roots of the forest to protect. He protect, he never harm. His humble prayers to the tree proceed throughout the day and night, but one day the tree's roots engulfed the village. Yum 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 yum, delicioso. Forcing all of it into a deep slumber. Only Churro Cookie managed to live and be awake, and now this once devoted guardian is seeking answers. Ooh, ooh, ooh. He feels like a Yu-Gi-Oh character. Churro Cookie feels like a Yu-Gi-Oh character. Can you all see that? Can you do you all can you get that kind of vibe from him? With his backstory and stuff? Maybe it's just me. Anyway, I got the breakout reward, so now I have the wind spinner, the dream spinner from Magical Do Re Mi. I have the Whoozamawetsis, the whatchamacallit, wind catcher. That's the name. I have wind catcher. I've yet to run in the custom runs, but I tapped on the screen. Will I get a little thing introducing me to it? I don't know. Let me tap over here. Nope. Okay. Well, I haven't actually played in it. I thought I'd get a cutscene. That's why I saved doing it until now. Okay. Let me check out the trials. I want to show you Wind Archer's trial right now before we go into the story mode. Yeah, here he is. I have his one-winged angel of darkness outfit, even though it's not really a one-winged angel, but I'd like to imagine that he becomes a little bit more like Sephiroth when he becomes the Black Raven form. Black Raven form, he has a crystal on his head, is just like Raven from the Teen Titans. No living thing can escape from my arrows. He's so cool, 'cause he's so creepy. Look at that. He wants to end all life and corrupt it, which is the opposite of Wind Archer. I'm so glad that they gave this costume, excuse me, an event so that he could properly be corrupted. Because this is just, it's too cool of a concept um, not to develop further. I mean, it's just such a cool dark costume. This thing has been around for ages, and only now have they included it to have a significant part of the story. I love it, and I'm very happy about that. Yay. This game is great. Oh, I love it so much. I'm okay with the fact that other YouTubers are far more popular when playing this game. I have my community who watches this, and I'm very happy for everybody who does. I do this because I like to. It's never been about, getting all the highest popularity. And this way I can say things however I want. If I was sponsored by Dev Sisters, you think they'd let me talk about the heart of the cards and Zelda? No. I'd have to keep it Cookie Run only. I am the rebel amongst the Cookie Run community. Ooh, fear me, for my words are very slightly less advertiser friendly, which is something that you would not associate with my channel. I am like Elfo from Disenchanted, which I was able to recently watch, and I really enjoy that show, where it's just like, he is the most intense of the elves, besides maybe one or two. And meanwhile, he is like extremely tame compared to every other thing in the world. It's a great show. It's a little underrated. You should watch it. Funny enough, in the game that I'm working on, or at least the main game that I'm working on, I should technically say one of the games that I'm working on, um, there are a couple of unintended, perfect references to Disenchanted in it that were 100% unintentional. Like, I did not intend on making those, but after I watched Disenchanted, I was like, oh my gosh, all I have to do is like adjust one word and this becomes a fantastic Disenchanted reference. So now there's gonna be one of those in there, and it's great. I really ended up enjoying that show. Um, but yeah, go watch it. It's on Netflix if you're an older bean. And oh wait, now that was actually look at that. That says I did an unintentional Disenchanted reference while talking about unintentional Disenchanted references because the main character's name is Bean. I was doing that because I like to call things beans. That show is amazing. Watch it, please. What are you doing watching me? I'm just a doddering idiot. Go watch something that's competently made. The first season is okay, and then the ending of the first season gets really good, and then it really picks up afterwards. It's definitely worth your time. Definitely watch it. It's sort of like there's a couple of there's definitely shows out there where it's like it's a little slow in the beginning, but that slowness definitely pays off. Like it's worth waiting through if you just think it's okay, because it ends up being a really good show afterwards. Just hang on to it, and if you like it already for what it is, you'll enjoy the full thing. I thought it was okay for the first few episodes and stuff, and then it got really good. All right, that's enough about me gushing about Disenchanted. Um, Dark Raven, you shoot the ravens out of your bow. How do you have so many ravens in there? It's like those old nursery rhymes. 4 and 20 blackbirds baked in a pie, 4 and 20 ravens shoved into your arrow quiver, and then you magically create more ravens. You go from Pedove into Evil Demon, which is the opposite of your normal ability, but I haven't actually had you switch over to normal Wind Archer in so long that you've basically just been corrupting souls this whole time. I love Cookie Run Oven Break. What other game lets you have one of the main characters corrupt the souls of innocent doves into horrifying nightmare demons, all because you just feel like it? It's great. I love this game. I'm so happy that it's getting more attention. Yay. Let's get the rainbow bears, the rainbow bears, the rainbow bears. Oh yes, yes I shall. It's Peter and the Wolf. It is always in my mind because it is, I don't know, it's annoying. Peter and the Wolf. It's just always there. There's always part of my RAM, my internal human brain RAM. There's always free rented headspace in my mind, always dedicated to that part of Peter and the Wolf. I don't know why. It's not that I want it to be. That was never a choice that I wanted to make. It's just a thing. That's just my mind. It's just like, okay, this part of your brain is dedicated to Peter and the Wolf. But why though? Why can't I dedicate that to more important things? No, it has to be Peter and the Wolf. Okay. It's always there. Just always running in the background. You can't use my internal task manager to end the process. No, no, because it's just like, oh, ending this will crash the computer, and it's just like, uh, do I at this point maybe I want that, and it's just like, oh no, everything will crash except Peter and the Wolf, and it's just like, all right, well, it's not worth it then. Oh, he goes down. I forgot that we revived. I thought that we didn't get to revive yet. Thought we'd be able to go a little longer with our Ravenclaw over here. That's a Harry Potter reference. There's Ravenclaw, there's Hufflepuff, and there's Gryffindor, and then the other, which I don't remember, because I'd never read Harry Potter, and I've learned a lot about just how much a lot of media and culture had changed because of the success of Harry Potter, how everything had tried to emulate it, how because of its success a lot of things got a school story. Part of why we had Yu-Gi-Oh! GX at all was because they wanted to have it be in a school, so it would be like Harry Potter. Did you know that? Excuse me. It's fascinating. And a lot of stuff changed, like a shift in things leaning a bit more toward magical as opposed to having a few fantastical elements here and there that are exaggerated because of, like in cartoons, and it's just like, oh no, now there has to be extra magic or something. I'm not explaining this very well, but it did quite a lot in pop culture. I was never into it though. It just, for whatever reason, it never interested me. Even though I love magic, I love wizard stuff. It should be something that's right up my alley. But I wasn't. It just never. I just didn't feel compelled to do it. I read Percy Jackson. And I mean, they're not perfect books, but I loved them, and they were fun. And them, I was more compelled to read than Harry Potter. I read all the Percy Jackson books and the sequel Hero series, and I think there's another series even after that, but I haven't read that one yet. One of the benefits of taking forever to get to it is that I think most to all of the books are now out if I ever get a chance to read them one day. I'd love to finish the series because I really enjoyed the reinterpretation of stuff. I love the things being reinterpreted and reimagined. The scarlet poison gives me strength. It's so cool. And now the cute little wind catcher. That's it. Is supporting the evil. Look at that. Oh, purity gone wrong. But what was I saying? Right, Percy Jackson. Because like a lot of the Greek myths are very interesting, but I wouldn't necessarily um well, no, not really. It wouldn't be something I would immediately think of associating with myself, where it's just like, oh yeah, I like the Greek myths. It's more like once I go down that rabbit hole, it's like, oh, these are interesting, cool. But I wouldn't classify it in a list of, oh, what are things that I like. I like that would not pop up on my radar, but it is something I ended up really enjoying. A lot of those old legends and stuff, and thinking about different ways to reinterpret them for the modern day. That's one of the cool things about the public domain, is being able to reimagine stuff and come up with some pretty clever things with stuff that's already been created. So it's something ubiquitous that anybody can enjoy, and it's cool. It's really cool. I enjoy it. I like stuff like that. A lot of stuff that people miss when they reinterpret Sherlock Holmes is a lot of the subtlety of it, because they're just like, oh, Sherlock Holmes, detective, he's a guy, and they just kind of use it, and they don't really do too much with it. Um, Even though I know very little about Sherlock Holmes, um, but it's just sort of the idea of like certain things. There's a right way to do it, and then there's a way that's just like, oh well, we can legally get away with doing this, and this is recognizable, so let's have this character, even though it only barely has any resemblance, as opposed to doing something like a much more faithful interpretation or something made with love. There's a difference. You feeling me on this? You picking up the jum jums I'm putting down? The jimmies? Are jimmies are considered sprinkles, right? For a while I had thought jimmies like were Mike and Ike's, and they were just a different way of referring to putting Mike and Ike's on ice cream. To which I then wondered, get it? Because Wind Archer. But I had wondered, why would you put Mike and Ike's on ice cream? But would that actually be bad? I had never heard of Mike and Ike's on ice cream, but that sounds interesting. But as it turns out, oh no no no, um, that's apparently not a thing, and it was actually just sprinkles. But the way that I had found out about it was wrong, where it's just like, oh yeah, the little colorful nubby shapes that you put on ice cream, and it's just like, oh, they could be sprinkles or Mike and Ike's, because Mike and Ike's are a sprinkle shape. What would you call a sprinkle shape? What is that called besides just calling it a sprinkle? When were sprinkles invented? How long have sprinkles been in the vernacular? I don't know. What were sprinkle shapes called before sprinkles? These are questions that you can look up, but I can't right now because I'm playing a game and my hands are busy. And I'm also trying to make commentary. Like, I love how the flowers bloom as you walk over here. These look like power lily, one of the best Plants vs. Zombies plants, and probably one of the only ones that you should buy in Plants vs. Zombies 2. If you're deciding that you're gonna buy something in the game and you're not sure what, power lily and imitator are the only two you should really go for. Otherwise, just skip it. It's not worth doing anything else, unless you want it for the convenience sake. But otherwise, those are the only things, because you can't get them any other way besides buying them, and their usefulness is not matched by any other plants, because they're very unique, and they're very useful, and they're really cool, and you can come up with some cool strategies, and um, you can break the game in a fun way, not in an overpowered way necessarily, but you can make the game a lot more fun because it removes an extra restriction, like, oh, here you only get 3 plant food. Meanwhile, if you have power lily, you can get more, and especially if you mix it with gold bloom. Gold bloom is fantastic. There's a couple of plants in Plants vs. Zombies 2 that you definitely need if you want to make the game much more playable and not as ridiculously hard at points. Um, and one of the reasons why, oh, green sugar crystals. Didn't get anything else that I wanted out of that, but that's alright. Oh yeah, one of the reasons why Plants vs. Zombies 2 is in my mind, not only because we're a plant and we're creating the undead, so I guess it's Plants vs. Zombies. Maybe that's how Plants vs. Zombies started. It was Wind Archer bringing the zombies to life. Yeah, that's my headcanon. I like that. I think the people at Dev Sisters secretly like Plants vs. Zombies, as there's a couple of little references to it in the game. So I'm gonna imagine that's what happened. That's my headcanon for this. But anyway, the reason why I was saying that is because I updated Plants vs. Zombies. Oh, and also, look at this cute little spin roulette. Yay. It's pleasant. I like when they bring back these events. They also finally fixed it where once you pass start, they don't force stop you, where it's like, oh no, you lose all your extra progress. So if you end up getting a 5 and you only needed 1, you before you used to lose that. Now you can go the rest of the 4, which is really nice. I'm very happy about that. So they made the roulette a little bit more fair, which is great. I'm very happy. Do do do. Oh, we're 1 away from getting to the start. Yay! But yeah, Plants vs. Zombies 2. So, heaven is no more. Ooh. See, he's a one-winged angel. I said it before. Play Sephiroth's theme, except instead of a sword, he has arrows. Arrows. But anyway, what I was saying, Plants vs. Zombies 2. I updated the game. All of my data was lost. I was very worried about that because it was like, oh no, all of my data was lost. I thought Google Play was going to back up the data, and luckily, of course, I had a screenshot of my player ID. So I contacted EA support, and then, like, the next day, about 24 hours later, the game started to the game gave me a warning that not a yeah a warning, a message basically saying, oh, there was another save file detected. Please choose the correct one and be very careful because we'll overwrite the other one. And so there was the one where it's like, oh, you started up the game and now here's the whatever you call it, the like it starts up a new game, so you have to make a new profile and everything just when you start up. So after like a day, 24 hours, it gave me the option to reload my old save file, the Handington one that has all of my coins and gems and plants and plant food and everything. And I was very happy because I was like, oh, thank goodness, it's not gone forever. I was very worried that I was going to end up losing it because it wasn't getting restored. And I don't know if it was just something that took a little bit of time or if EA had done something because I had sent out the message. But like 2 days later, uh, 2 days later from that, meaning today, I had gotten a contact from the support desk saying, "Hey, we're here. We're gonna try and help you through this. It's a little hard at the moment to figure out the data because it's a little bit wonky, whatever. But we'll do our best." And I had said, "Oh, I thought that I had already been helped because the data was able to come back. Everything worked out flawlessly. Um, my favorite plants, for whatever reason, had been undone, and the costumes that I had selected were undone. So I just went through those and redid it because I was very tired and I was like, I want to do this. This is what I want to spend my time on. So I fixed all of the costumes that I had unlocked for each of the plants. So I switched out to the ones that I wanted, and I refavorited some of the plants and stuff. And that was the only thing that was lost. Everything else was fine. Um, So I had said, no, everything worked out very well. I don't know what happened. I will chalk it up to the EA help being helpful. Thank you very much for the response, and I appreciate it. And then I got just the most lovely email from the person who had been assigned the task, who was just like, "Oh, I'm so glad everything worked out. This is wonderful news. Uh, thank you for being so patient with everything and just pleasant, and we appreciate it. We hope more people like you enjoy this game." And I was so touched, and it was just like, how many screaming angry people who have been hard to deal with has this person had to like listen to, where me just showing basic human kindness was enough for them to take the time to specifically make a customized email just to say thank you. It was so sweet, and I have it favorited. I have the email favorited, and it's so nice. And it's just like, EA, they may not be the best company, but that doesn't mean that everybody working there is bad. You gotta try and have some patience for the people who are there just doing their best, trying to have a job, just trying to survive and everything. It's mostly the higher ups at EA that are not really the best. And certain people in charge of direction with some of the games where it's just like loot boxes, yes, ho ho ho. But I mean, in a way, those loot boxes, they help pay the salaries of other people. I wish that wasn't. I wish they were able to get that money through other methods and they were less scummy about it. But I mean, it helps them to pay employees and wonderful employees like that one. And it's just like, even if you're online, even if there's anonymity and you can technically get away with doing whatever, it's always important to be respectful not only to people in the service industry, um, and just working at just normal jobs, but it's just important to be a respectful person wherever you go. Just because you can hide behind a screen doesn't mean that, like, you should forego who you are. You gotta still try and be nice to people. And, you know, that that can end up causing a chain of niceness overall and just a lot of good feelings. And it's just remember to be kind to each other. That's what I want to get at with this. But it was a really lovely situation that happened there. And I just wanted to say thank you to everybody at EA Help, and thank you to everybody at Dev Sisters Help. Early on in the game, they were very polite with helping me with an issue that I had as well. Thank you to everybody on these help and support teams for games and stuff. It's really nice. I appreciate it. Except the Niantic help for Pokemon Go, they were kind of rude. They were very cryptic. They didn't respond very well. But they must get so many responses anyway. It's still important to be polite, even if that happens. But thank you in general to people. Just remember, keep hanging in there. If you have a job like that that's not very fun and you have to deal with a lot of stressful stuff, just remember that like you're really helping out a lot of people. You're really helping out a lot of lives with what you're doing. Even if it's just in a very small, pleasant way where it's just like, hey, here's just something nice for the day. Um, Even if not everybody really recognizes it, you're still doing something pretty good for the world. So keep doing what you're doing because you're able to spread joy and make the world a better place in your own little way. It's not it may not be doing like charity work or something like that, but it's still meaningful. It's still something good. It's still something really nice, and just little simple positive interactions just to people that you see on both sides can just make everybody's day, and just make the harsh, painful world that we all have to live in just that much nicer to get through. So that is my message to you. That's what I'll leave you with, and I'll finish up this little trial running. Hopefully I can get to the rest of the story mode cutscenes later. Right now I have to shovel snow, because it snowed again. There's a lot of snow. And Texas, oh my goodness, my heart goes out to everybody in Texas. You're feeling the painful wrath of snow. Just how much snow can suck. I've said it before. Snow is wonderful when you can make snow angels and snowmen, and it's a wonderful thing. The concept of snow is great. The practice of snow is terrible. It's very stressful when you're older. It was stressful when I was younger too, because I had to shovel and I'd have homework afterwards, and I'd have to spend forever shoveling it and getting it exactly in the way that my father would want it to end up being. Because the job couldn't just be done fast, but the job couldn't be done right either. The job had to be done ornately. It was just very frustrating. So let's head over to the magic laboratory, make a few rainbow cubes, and we'll do one more costume gotcha pull before I say sayonara for right now. And then we'll get back to other stuff. Yay, rainbow cubage. Oh, also, if anybody is able to hook me up with cheap polymer clay, specifically a polymer or a jumping clay or plasticine, I want to be able to make stuff out of that. I want to make things. Let me know if you're able to find some place that has pretty cheap plasticine, because I want it, especially in multiple colors. I love making stuff out of clay. I want to make figurines of stuff. I love to make Cookie Run figurines out of clay. And if anybody has plasticine and want to send it to me, let me know as well, because I think I will take you up on that offer. Because I don't have a P.O. box or anything, but email me and we'll see, because that's how much I want plasticine. Um, Plasticine as well as, I mean, it doesn't have to be plasticine. Plasticine is the special type of clay that's used in claymation, but I love it for modeling. I like it more than like the Crayola modeling clay, because that stuff, it would always feel like it was a bit too hard. It would kind of hurt my hands to use, so polymer clay is a bit softer, but still very tough. You can bake it, and it ends up like hardening a bit more in place to be a bit more solid, I think. But not normal clay, and not like Crayola Model Magic. Although, same thing goes for Model Magic, because I adore Model Magic. That is one of my favorite materials for sculpting. Either Model Magic or I always forget the name of it. Not plastic, polymer clay. I love it so much, but I keep forgetting the name of it. It annoys me. I've been able to work with it a couple of times, and I'm like, this clay is different from the other clay. This is a good clay. I love this. I want to make more stuff with this. So please let me know in the future. Just as a minor thing. I know more people tend to watch these episodes than the other stuff overall, so it's just like that is my final message. Plasticine or polymer clay, please. I want clay things to make stuff I love. One day I might be able to buy some more. So don't worry. Oh, he's on fire. Oh, Ginger Brave is on fire. He has the glimmer and lightning in his eyes. Oh, oh, look at that. Oh, we have the cheerleader. Oh, we're gonna get a super duper epic special mega great. I hope it's not a duplicate. We can show the world what we can do. Teamwork for you and you. Working together, even though you're rivals. Yeah. Here he goes. Look, it's the beautiful. You can do it. Yay. Alright, what costume are we gonna get? What costume are we gonna get? What costume are we gonna get? Will it be this one? Ooh! Unyielding Rook. Hey! We got an epic costume. Alright, well this is already a victory. A new epic costume, I should say. The Rook outfit, that is cool. I like that. I think I might actually make that her outfit. We have the baby penguin. If I'm gonna end up getting any duplicate costumes, I'd rather it be the penguin. Because look at that penguin. That's an adorable penguin. Alright. Oh, here it is. Here it is, here it is, here it is, here it is. We got pomegranate cookies, twisted labyrinth. Yes. Yes. Oh, awesome. Yes, we got her costume. We got the event costume. We got the event costume. We got the event costume. She wants to spread evil to the world. Yes! Yes! Oh, yes! Oh, that is awesome. That is awesome, and that is awesomely awesome. Oh, that's awesome. Look at her mirror. Oh, it looks so cool. Oh, that's such a cool outfit. We got baby elephant. Ooh. Oh, and another purple. We got two purples, even though that was a duplicate. That's still pretty good. Alright, I'm going to equip Unyielding Rook and Twisted Labyrinth. I want to check it out. This was a very successful one. Oh my gosh, it worked out successfully. Oh, yay. Oh, hooray, hooray. So we have a pomegranate cookie. We gotta change your outfit. Are you lost? Then follow me. Well, you don't want to follow her. She seems evil. There's a dark evil lurking. The only time it's not evil is if it comes from Candace from Phineas and Ferb, and even then there's a little evil in there. Yes, alright, pomegranate cookies thingy. I think that will help in her trial as well, which I'm very close to beating, but cannot beat just yet. And Mala, just like the character in Star Wars. Oh, both of them have 1,000 Thrasher points? Let me see. Oh, no, there we go. Hey, it's very good that I double-checked. This one gives 2,000 Thrasher points. Yes, and it's the rarer costume. Nice, 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 nice. Make the nice, that goes well with rice. Yes. Black or white? Bah. Oh, I skipped what you were saying. Embrace the dark, hear my master's call. Embrace the dark? No, I embrace the light bright. And here's the miraculous EpiPen. We're gonna do that. Doo-ba-doo-ba-doo. Got a reward. Hooray. Should we do some other kind of poll? Oh, let me go get another timekeeper. There we are. Ha 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 ha. Do not worry, I shall make my triumphant return. At some point, I'll get to it eventually. I promised you that I would end up doing the voice filter over the last of the timekeeper cookie cutscenes. It's taken me a lot longer to get to it, because those take a while, because I have to go through the whole thing. And I also edit down the episodes so that it's a bit more succinct than in the actual thing. And I'm combining like 2 episodes into one this time, I believe. So I haven't gotten to it yet, but I hope eventually you'll be able to see it sometime. I'm very swamped with work, and that just takes a little bit more effort than I feel like putting in. Because it's like if it ends up being a little bit more tedious to me to have to do the radio filter for each chunk, it gets a little bit tired, and it's like I need to be able to focus and not be bored by this, because I only have just so much time in between my schoolwork and other chores and errands that I have to do this way. Um, so you'll get that. And there's another timekeeper thing that I wanted to release in December, but it has taken me a lot longer. It's going to be really cool when I do it, so look forward to that. but I wanted to claim another timekeeper cookie because I prefer to get them through the mileage. And we'll get another chest over hero. Over hero? I didn't mean to say that. My voice was just weird there. And we got some more churro cookies because he also gives me slight Piccolo vibes. Do you also pick up on that? I don't know why, but he just seems like a bit of a Piccolo type from Dragon Ball, or he's like stoic but responsible and pretty cool. I like Churro. Something about him. He feels like if he's around, he'd be a pretty interesting guy. You take a little while to warm up to it for him to warm up to you though, but he seems like a pretty cool dude. He's like a he'd be he'd be a chill guy. He's kind of like the Piccolo of the group. He's a good guy. He's just not, super outwardly friendly, happy, excited, but he's a bit more stoic, but pretty awesome. Yeah, that's what I'm going with. Here we go. Yeah. All right. Well, I think that concludes today's pile of inane ramblings. But I believe it's that time again, friends. If you like what I do, don't be shy to give a thumbs up. Have a pleasant day, everyone. And this is Handington signing off. Bye.